Third team, your turn. What do you want to do?
We're gonna go back over to the barrier team and theorize basically how to help them plant the explosives.
Go ahead and give me a roll for that. Wow, best result you could possibly get. You give them a +4 to their next roll. Barrier team, what would you like to do? Avicii is currently trying to readjust himself to his whatever happened. You have a +4 to your next roll. You have a +3 from your power of love. You can fuck him up real bad. Barrier team? Bip, 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 bip.
You two might not be there, I guess.
You two?
I mean, he's probably just gonna say, like, we're just gonna keep on trucking, right?
Well, in the meantime, while you two is away, I guess some brief moment to update on what's going on. Jason Valley is currently stalking between the different groups, eyeing them, in particular, eyeing Jeff and eyeing you two, keeping very close watch. Bloody Valentine actually sees him and says, "Who the hell is that anyway?"
Sort of a friend?
That's Jason. Well, kind of a reporter? I
Porter,
don't know. Yeah.
maybe you should try reporting on these.
Oh God.
On these, as in, like, the aliens?
No, these nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. That's. I was.
Gotcha. I got you good.
Mia
Bloody
laughed anyway.
Bloody Valentine still got it. I'm a clever guy.
So just sighs over the radio, audibly.
Kev is just so pissed. I hate this guy so much.
Mia puts a comforting hand to his shoulder. Like, yeah, even I know.
Daybreaker 2.0, meanwhile, is kind of trying to lumber away from the control group. Those glass men that were inside of him are still wreaking havoc. Ow, 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 ow.
Yeah, I kind of figured next turn I was gonna spend getting him over to us, trying to do some repairs or something.
Yeah, we'll see.
And risk it liquid out?
Possibly. You'd have to use his roll for it. If you guys don't get the glass people out of him, he's probably gonna be incapacitated. He's just a big robot baby. He can't do much. Let's
yeah, kind of focusing on poor baby. Poor baby. How tall is he? 30 feet?
He's like 100 feet tall. he's an actual giant robot. Yeah.
Okay. Well, the little baby 100-foot robot needs fixing.
One of the glassmen actually punches their way out of one of his eyes.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Didn't support team like sort of make their way over to control team recently?
Yeah, we'll get back to barrier team. Fuck it. They have a big bonus, don't forget though. It's like a +4 on their next attack. Support team, you want to try to help out Daybreaker 2.0?
I guess Jeff and Marisol are like stuck behind the barrier.
No, you could have gotten out before that.
Oh, okay, thank God. Yeah, we're gonna
actually since you mention it, yes. You guys are stuck behind the barrier. When you perform a hero moment, there is a consequence. That's it for you. You guys are currently stuck between the barriers, meaning support team doesn't have flight and it doesn't have your ability to ripple. But Sally Pimienta's still on the outside with the robots.
So I'm gonna just say Sally's gonna help Daybreaker out and just kind of like climb him and start just thrashing about with her hair to break up the glass.
Very good.
Oh, come on.
10, yeah. She is going to have difficulty getting them out. It's really difficult. You can invoke if you want to try to re-roll, or you can just have her be up there fighting the glassmen for now.
Even adding a +2 is going to be pretty whatever. So yeah, that's just going to be her task at the moment.
Because she's up there, at least they can't do any more damage than they're already doing, and she can like turn to an oily form and intercept inside of Daybreaker 2 as well. So you've at least kept damage from any further damage from happening to him. Control team is going to help you out with that because Daybreaker 2.0 is a big asset. They need them.
Get in our
Sugar Ray, the 4. See how they do. Wow. Do you have any fate points left, buddy? No, you don't. The environment is frozen. Sugar Ray is a cold aligned person, and he is working with his sister to complete this task. So on the next turn, they'll be able to clear the Men of Glass out, but it just won't be with any bonuses, and that is going to be their turn at the moment. In the meantime, his team, once they are seeing that they're being ejected out of the robot, are going to attack the control team. I'll say Jim attacks again to defend, and he does. He manages to defend his team, keeping them from being completely fucked up by the Glassmen problem, the infestation that they're currently dealing with. Barrier team is going to do the barrier thing. I'm sure he won't mind if we take the roll.
Yeah.
I would like to say that Stone Sour gave us like alien bombs, or at least souped up human bombs, because that's the team they're supporting right now.
Sure.
So we can get those distributed.
So this is with a +7. 13. Okay. You managed to strip off 5 of those barriers. There is something different, though, this time when you go to make this attack on the barriers. Avicii, instead of normally turning around to attack you, just kind of flops his head around in an almost goofy, childish manner, and then lowers his body and fires it at you. Just the head.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're just firing heads off.
Gotta beat a 5. Fuck it. I'm gonna have you two step up and use turn down for what to just kick the head out of the air before it lands with his stand. Just like soccer bicycle kick style, launch it away. The head kind of explodes into gas as he does. It just kind of putters off and then dissipates. Avicii grows another head, this one with bulged out eyes that are looking in different directions. He looks over at the barrier team, and then the head flops down and nearly slides off of the neck, held on by a single strand, before it kind of, you see what look like claws emerge from the neck wound and pull back on the neck, like grab onto the neck and then pull the head back up so that it's like upright. That's the humans. That's the humans. Calling all humans. Die, 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 die. The head just kind of lolls left to right. At this point, there is something really wrong with this fucking picture. The Avicii heads that have been popping up have been getting progressively dumber. His attacks are not as coordinated. So something happened to him when he had his head kicked off, when he's been hit by the ripple, when he had that crater effect that Nia did to him. One of his barriers actually turns to a solid shade of green and it just cracks and explodes. It's the one right next to where Marisol and Jeff are being locked in. You're going to need to roll against this as a defense. You can just roll your support for this. So you need to beat a 5 because that glass is turning into liquid as it breaks down, and that liquid is acidic. Is this another one where you're using your ripple?
Yeah, same deal as last time. She just waves her arms aggressively and just kind of like directs it away from her and Jeff.
From the barrier that broke and the fact that the barrier team had broken down so many barriers, you're now free to rejoin your team. But you hear a whisper in your ear. The enemy has evaded you. The Avicii before you kind of flops his head back and forth even faster and begins to vibrate violently. Death. 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 He's beginning to glow.
Shit, I don't like the way that looks. He's acting really erratic now.
Yeah, barriers are beginning to shake and clamor, clang, as the crystalline structures begin to vibrate as well, in tune with his head flopping and flapping. Death, 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 death. Do you mind if I ask you a personal question? Death, 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 death. Do you like war as much as I do? This is an explosion. He detonates, and it is radioactive when he does. The barriers are part of the chamber of this bomb construction of his fragile form. The first person to make a defense roll against this can take the +4 from an earlier advantage that the support team made. You guys need to beat a +9. You need to beat a 9.
All of us, or just?
All of you. Barrier team takes 2. Fire team takes 4. Theory team takes 2. Support team takes 2.
I don't know.
No, the control team is at their very, very most limit here. They're very messed up. When that happens, that explosion, it takes out all of his barriers, but you can see that he is reforming from the center point of the explosion in his more humanoid-looking form now, and that parts of him are still glowing again, as if he could detonate a second, third, fourth, fifth, who knows how many times. At this point, when he does regenerate, his head looks hollowed out, but he does not have any barriers anymore, which means if you guys can take him down, however that is possible, he will possibly die, quote unquote, however a Starman can. Theory team, you'd be first.
Seeing as this is the kind of our opportunity, they're gonna go over to the fire team. And again, Stone Sour will kind of theorize the proper plan for how to attack Avicii at his weakest.
Okay, go for it. Okay, you give them a +2 to their next roll. Passive opposition 4, so he's a weird, wily target now. He is smaller and he is running around, but there are no barriers in the way. There's something really unstable about him. Obviously, the fact that he's exploding now like he is. Barrier team, seeing that there is no barrier between him and them, are going to launch an attack. U2 goes in for a strike on the exposed Avicii, kind of colliding with him. Just a normal fucking hit. And it lands. Turned down for what? Just rabbit kicks Avicii right in the head, causing Avicii's head to twist and then break at the neck, and then just fall backwards, still dangling from the neck. He starts to raise his fists like an old-timey boxer and swings at mid-air, thin air, but misses it completely. His form is still glowing, though, quite strongly now, as his head snaps back up onto the neck. Control team, seeing that now it's the time to rush in, is going to do the same. This time, Halloween Jack, who hasn't been doing much other than killing, well, he's just been killing glass men. He's going to continue to kill them, actually, so that Jim can ride in and go for a huge strike on Avicii with his sword. And Avicii manages to catch the sword between his teeth as he did to the lance, but this time the metal blade, instead of being damaged by Avicii's physiology, is actually damaging Avicii's teeth. It's just causing his teeth to crumble and shatter, but he's still holding on to the sword with his weird broken neck now. Support team, your turn.
We would go for an attack too, but I think it's more critical to heal control team.
Possibly, but this is Avicii on his last legs. You can heal, or you can all work together to finish him off.
Going for an attack.
With 6.
Yeah, alright, yeah, fate point time. I'm gonna invoke Ripple Charged. She's gonna sync up with Glass and Patron and just kind of go when, but with Ripple.
Yeah. Yeah, his body, wherever you make your impact, his body ripples and has dents in it from the points of contact with you. Fire team, it's your turn. You have a +2 to your roll.
Yeah, by the way, I want to say muera muera means die in Spanish.
Nice. Nia, your fire team, you can see with your brand new eyes that your friends are down there, so maybe firing the huge cannons isn't a great idea, but you can definitely direct one of your companions here to launch a ranged attack.
Oh no, she'll tell Kev he's the sniper, and she doesn't have time to focus, but the science team is here with us, so they can tell him where to aim.
Or you can go in for your melee attack. Oh, well, okay. You can go with your friends to go beat the shit out of this guy, but with your direction, Kev will aim his own personal rifle and take a huge shot at Avicii, blowing a hole into his chest where Marisol was making points of contact with her fists, causing him to stop glowing. And then to collapse onto the ground. And kind of his essence begins to leak out of his body. And you notice, those of you that are close enough to him, that it's actually warping the moon beneath him, acidifying it, corrupting it, dissolving it.
I'm gonna say Marisol gets the hell out of there.
Before you can, a hand wraps around your leg and pulls you back.
Ugh.